There's a new bipartisan bill before Congress looking to give tax breaks to American mining companies. It's called the RARE Act. One of our U.S. congressmen, Democrat Vicente Gonzalez, has joined with Texas Republican Congressman Lance Gooden to try and get the RARE Act bill passed. Both congressmen say the coronavirus pandemic made it apparent the U.S. is too reliant on China for essential minerals and metals used in national defense and other industries. Some of those include cobalt, lithium, and graphite.
Certainly in another catastrophic situation, I think for national security purposes, we need to have a better handle on that. We cannot be relying on China or Russia or some of our foes to have those essential minerals that we need for national defense, for manufacturing, for a lot of essential products that are in national interest.
The Department of Interior has a list of dozens of important rare earth minerals and metals that are sourced outside the U.S. China supplies 22 of the 35 listed. If this act passes, it would call on the Internal Revenue Code to be amended to permanently allow for a tax reduction for the mining, reclaiming, or recycling of critical minerals and metals in the U.S.